Hello and welcome to another Grand Arena Championship. I'm Heathen13 and this is Season 19, Week 2, Round 1. My opponent today is Ro Maestro. So let's look at the matchup. Alright, while I do have the majority of the green on my side, my opponent does have some red. So let's take a look and see what's going on. My opponent is from a very high GP guild, NLBE Nederland, 327 million. That is impressive. But the rest of his stats definitely don't match up to mine. He's got just under 600,000 lifetime banners, which is not bad. He's got 1,467 offensive wins and 416 defends. Both numbers look fine, but when we look at the ratio of defends versus wins, it's only 28%, which is on the low side, which makes me think he is more of an offensive-minded player. He's more likely to keep his good teams for offense, but he only has one undersized win ever and only 79 clears, so a little bit of a contradiction in the stats there. So we'll just have to see how it turns out. Comparing our rosters, he has a 200,000 GP advantage over me. He also has a slight advantage on his top 80, and I've got a slight advantage on top 65. I've got 15 more Zetas, a bit more speed. He's got a few more Gear 13 characters than me, but he does have 14 more Gear 12, so a bit more depth to his roster compared to mine. I have a huge mod advantage, more than double the amount of 6-stop mods, way more of the high-end plus speed mods as well. And relics, we are very, very similar. I've got 10 more total relic levels, and it really comes down to me having 2 tier 6 relics that he doesn't have. The rest of our tiers are very similar in terms of our distribution of relic levels. Looking at the meta character report, here we have a interesting matchup. I have Jedi Master Luke. He has Galactic Legend Rey. I also have Jedi Knight Luke, so it'll be interesting to see how we match up. His Rey has the ultimate and my Jedi Master Luke does not yet. And then on ships, as you would expect from somebody with such a high GP guild, he has both a 7-star Negotiator and Malevolence. All right, a quick look at his roster. There's not really anything that jumps out here at me. He's running Malevolence in Fleet Arena. He's running his Rey, obviously, in Squad Arena. And almost everything that's on his roster is in line with getting Galactic Legend Rey. He also looks like he's started towards Kylo as well. You can see a Relic 7 Kylo Ren Unmasked. He's got all the usual characters, Relic, Grievous, Darth Revan and Malak, Padme, Gas, the clones. There's nothing here that jumps out at me as being something that is unusual to have Relic or unusual that it's not Relic. Overall, he's got a very well-balanced roster. All right, we have just under 4 hours left in the attack phase, and my opponent traditionally likes to attack in the last hour, and I just can't wait. So I'm gonna attack first, and that's fine. Let me show you what I put on the board and what my thought process was. Down here on the bottom, I went ahead and threw my Jedi Master Luke on defense. In looking at his online history, I noticed my opponent got his Rey about 6 or 7 weeks ago, and in that time there have been 5 weeks of GAC, and every single match he's kept her for offense. So knowing that she'd be on offense, I went ahead and put my Galactic Legend on defense, at least make her use that counter here against mine. Maybe my opponent gets stuck on Luke anyway, even with Rey, but even if Rey takes out Luke, that means that she can't be used on another squad. I also put my Shot Clones, a Hux First Order team, and this Poggle with Separatist droids. And then because I know my opponent's gonna have to use Rey down here on my Galactic Legend, up top I put Darth Revan. I am not sure that he has another squad on offense that's gonna be able to beat my Darth Revan squad. I'm hoping to get a hold here in this zone. I also have my BAM team and my JTR. If he does make it through the bottom, waiting in back for him is my Grievous, along with a couple other squads that, again, my traditional back zone squads that are not pushovers, but they're not really gonna get holds. They're just gonna be annoying and cost them banners. like this Dooku Asajj team, the new Django squad, and this Boba HK Leia team that I'm hoping can steal some banners. Just like last time, I decided, in case he does get through the front, to give him a little bit of a challenge. He likes to keep his Negotiator and Malevolence both for offense, so I put my Malevolence back here on defense. I find Malevolence tends to steal a lot of banners. So if he gets here, hopefully that proves to be true. For defense, he set me a Bastila, Grandmaster Yoda, General Kenobi kind of timeout squad, but I think it's a little more dangerous than just your traditional timeout team. He also has a well-reliced up crew with Hux. He's got Relic 1 Geos, and then his Darth Revan squad, but he likes to keep Malak for offense, and he puts Darth Revan with HK and Bastila Shan Fallen. Then down in the bottom zone, he left me some Night Sisters, a bunch of clones, a Sith team, and then his Grievous. Now, if you watch this channel, you know I always want to get a full clear if possible. So knowing that I was going to put my Jedi Master Luke on defense, I wanted to make sure that if, just in case, my opponent, for the first time ever, puts his Rey on defense, I had a way to at least have a shot at clearing her. Threes, going against Rey with a off-meta counter is super dicey. I've actually never cleared a Rey, so it wasn't going to be a guarantee regardless, but I did keep my Jedi Knight Revan, Grandmaster Yoda, and Gas all on offense just in case that happened. But here's the problem. I really want to use my Jedi Knight Revan on his Grievous squad. So if I do that here in the front, there's a chance that he hit his Rey in the back. Now, I don't expect that, honestly. I think if he was going to set her on defense, he would have put her up front. And again, in the 15 weeks that he's had Rey available, every single time he's kept her for offense. So I don't actually think she's back there, which is why I'm going to kind of go against what I normally do. I'm not going to save a counter. I'm going to go ahead and use my Jedi Knight Revan here. And if I get in the back and there's Rey there, I'm not going to have a counter for her. And I will just not clear that zone. But if that happens, there is no way he's clearing my Jedi Master Luke. So I will take that trade because my GL's in the front, and if he has her hidden in the back, I will at least get through this front zone. So that's the thinking here. I'm going to go ahead and jump in on the bottom. We'll start with Grievous, and I will take my Jedi Knight Revan and hope all goes well. And part of me just wants to go straight at Revan, but I'm straight at Grievous, but I'm going to go ahead and go after B2. Go ahead and knock some stacks down there on B1, and we'll just keep sending in everybody on B2. B2 will keep getting healed, but it's just a matter of time here. He doesn't have a tank to protect B2. And there's Savior proc. So I have to be careful here because this is getting a little more dicey than I'd like. Let's go ahead and spread buffs. And now my Jolie has buff immunity. So that is scary. I was really hoping that would finish him off, and it didn't. So this is not going as well as I wanted. Maybe I should have gone straight after Grievous after all. Okay, B2's gone, and so are my other guys, but Jolie is there to save the day. Let's go ahead and spread out some foresight. And it looks like we're gonna need another heal. Oh, there we go, got a heal. We're probably going to need another res. You know what, let's go ahead and go after Grievous now. Get the stun off on him. We'll keep continuing calling Yoda. And even if B1 goes ahead and heals up Grievous, I think it will be fine. That was really dicey. Much scarier than I was hoping for. But in the end, it looks like I should end up with a 51. I'm not going to get all the protection back on Revan or on Yoda. But 51 on Grievous is alright. Oh, 52, even better. Alright, next up we have his clones here. It's Rex 5s and Clone Sergeant. I'm going to go ahead and bring my Wedge Han Chewie in here. I will do my best just to blitz down 5s and then take the rest of them out. And as long as they don't focus on Chewie right away, having guard up on the rest of them makes them pretty tanky. So there goes 5s, here goes Rex, there goes Clone Sergeant. Alright, this Savage Dooku team, I'm going to go ahead and take my Geos here. I think it should work fine. I don't see any reason in their mechanics to think it wouldn't. I get to clear away the taunt there, and I'm going to go in after Savage. I'll wait on Dooku until I get a big hit with Spy up and ready to go. And actually, we'll go ahead and take out Savage, and we'll go after Dooku next. Dooku's going to be annoying because all of the counters, but he's only gear 12, and if I'm lucky, I'll have time to heal up, or even luckier, the Brute will take the majority of his abuse. And big hit, there we go. Alright, here's another place where, since I've already thrown caution to the wind, I've already gotten rid of Jedi Knight Revan and Grandmaster Yoda, two key pieces that I'd need if I wanted to do an off-meta counter on Rey. I'm going to go ahead and burn gas here as well. I think it lines up for me better with my other teams in other places, and will leave Rex behind. I like bringing Arc here because even though there's nobody to put the turret on it, he's still, when he shoots, the turret still goes and dispels zombie. So it makes it so I don't have to fight through zombie as much. And then we can switch to Asajj, and we'll get Acolyte out with an AoE. And there we go. Alright, that was quite the overkill, but effective. Now is the moment of truth to see if he suddenly got sneaky and caught me. No, he did not. So we got Mon Mothma, some Empire, Jawas, Ewoks, and Phoenix. So nothing much of anything in the back. We'll do some solos back here, since none of these teams back here are threatening at all. Let's go back to the front. Let's see if we can't get through that front wall and open up the ships and try and get this full clear as efficiently as possible. So we will come up to the top. All right, so we've got several squads available to us. I've got CLS with Chupio, I've got Padme, I've got Vader, and I've got Jedi Knight Luke. And I'm actually gonna choose to do my Jedi Knight Luke against this Revan team. I can see a possibility of failure here, except my Hermit Yoda is faster than either his Revan or his Basilisk Shan Fallen. So I should be able to go first and do a big dog pile on Basilisk Shan Fallen and just get her out right from the get-go. And then I think it should make the rest of the battle go pretty smoothly. So that is the plan. Hope that that all works the way it's supposed to. But we shall see. All right, yes, so we did get it. We will dogpile on Basila, but we didn't come close to killing her. So that is looking like a problem. Things are not going great. Okay, well, that made things go a lot better. Let's see if we can't get HK before he kills me with a one-shot, because he can do that. Okay, so we killed Revan with the counterattacks, and then he came back and got me, and I don't know if old Ben can do it. I gotta be honest. I'm hopeful, but there's a chance here that HK can withstand old Ben. Maybe not. Come on, old Ben, you got this, buddy. You're old and you're named Ben. Well, named Obi-Wan. He pulled through. 49 terrible banners. Alright, so that killed my efficiency. But hopefully I can make it up with these other battles in the back there. Get some solos and recoup some. We will take Vader here against these relicked out Geos. And since I'm not using him anywhere else, I'm going to put Watt in here as well, just to juice my Vader even that much more. So we will weapons tech Vader and whatever tech the heck that is on Thrawn. And I think Vader will go next. So I'm going to go ahead and fracture the Brute ahead of time. And then we'll go ahead and do that. And that. And let's see if we can't get out the Alpha in one shot. We did. And the Soldier and the Spy. All right. Adding Watt's weapon tech there really got Vader going. So next up we have this crew squad. And so I'm going to go with my Padme, since Hux's being there and him denying turn meter isn't going to screw anything up about this Padme team. The only question is whether or not my General Kenobi is up to the task of being able to handle the damage that Kylo puts out. I think he should be, but we shall see. Alright, let's pile on Hux, get him out of there. I still haven't felt the need to do the bonus protection up from Padme, but I think I probably will at this next round. Or this next turn. Let's do that. And now Kenobi is dazed or stunned. That's okay. We will work on crew, since he has the healing immunity right now. And it just fell off. Let's put it back on. Oh, we didn't get it. That's a bummer. Let's go ahead and do that again. And now we have it on OG Kylo. And let's see if we can take him out. Nice. And stun crew again. We're not going to get great banners. Probably only a 51 here. But was able to neutralize one of his best teams. Alright, which leads me to this squad, which I'm not sure what to do with. My first instinct was to treat it like a timeout team, like I did with the Bears team from last round, and just use my bounty hunters and let Mando disintegrate them. But I think Relic 3 on Bastila and Relic 3 on Grandmaster Yoda packs too much of a punch for my bounty hunters. They're not well enough geared. So I have my CLS team, and I think they should be able to get through it. I think I have enough just firepower to eat through this R7 GK. So that's the hope. We're going to see if we can't get buff immunity here. Probably not, because he's got tenacity up. But now he has tenacity down. And they've been kind enough to go after C-3PO at this point. I guess we'll go with the AoE. It's not going to do a ton. Let's pile on. And there's Kenobi, and now we'll be able to go after Yoda. Strip all those buffs away. There we go. This is the way it's supposed to work. Just took a little while to get them ramped up. Looks like I'm going to be shy a little protection. Yeah, 53. Alright, I am not expecting meta fleets back here. Kind of like he did in the bottom. He likes to pack the front with his good stuff and leave not so great stuff in the back. So yeah, we've got the Finalizer and the Radis. I'm going to take my home one against the Radis and hope that works out well for me. Never done this fight. I don't think I've ever faced a Radis ever. So we'll hope that this works out well. I'll take my normal lineup and leave an empty spot there. And we are going to get interrupted. I'm doing my attacks at school today, and for some reason they want the marching band to walk around the entire school. So if you hear some stuff in the background, that's what it is. Hopefully you won't. All right, back to it. We are going to wiggle and get penetration up. He has a fleet out there that looks very similar to my home one fleet. So that's kind of odd. Oh, and that missed, or that was terrible. That sucks. I hate when that happens, but it looks like Biggs is going to go down fast anyway. What's he bringing in? He's got in, is that Plo or Resistance pilot? Resistance X-Wing. So we'll get rid of their tanks, and then we'll get rid of their Falcon. But I lost a man in the process, lost Biggs. That was a bummer. I don't know if it would have been any different had I not missed, but sure didn't feel good. And we'll bring in Cassian for the assist. Oh, but we're all dazed, so my assist is going to go off of the Phantom. So that was not smart. I shouldn't have even brought him in. Alright, well, we got Rey out of there. This is not going to be, again, not good banners. So, efficiency is definitely lacking here. And I probably should have healed there, too. Wasn't thinking about it. Let's go ahead and get that off. And do that. And I think I want to heal more than I want another reinforcement. There it landed. Nicely done. Okay, so this will... Oh, I thought we were going to finish him off. Yet another X-Wing. This guy, my opponent, likes the X-Wings here. I'm not sure what the fascination is, but he had all four of them. Biggs, Wedge, Resistance Pilot, and Poe, I think, is on the bench there as well. It's only a 59, below the line of shame. So maybe putting the Radis on defense isn't a terrible move. I don't know. Or maybe I just didn't go after it with the right ship. Maybe I should have taken Negotiator. Or maybe I should have taken my own Radis. Alright, we will go with that. Maybe I could have gotten away with one less reinforcement here as well. I just never want to lose because of ships. After going through so many ground battles, to lose on ships it's like my worst nightmare. So we will just plug away here. Give that back to Anakin. Alright, so Kylo's out of there. Or rather, Crew's out of there. And we are going to bring in Plo for some much needed healing. And turn meter gain. And we'll get Darth Vader out of here. And all we are left with is Boba. Let's see if we can get back the rest of our protection. And there we go. Alright, so much better. Alright, that lets us jump back to the back. I think his toughest squad here is definitely this Mon Mothma team. I have my Traya that we'll use for that. Or do I even want to do Traya? I think I want to just do bounty hunters. No, we'll do Treya. That's fine. I just find a lot of times Treya doesn't get the greatest banners. She's kind of set up here to take some punishment and let them attack and lower their health from her leadership. So we will go ahead and hit away here and get rid of Wedge first, I think. And we do get held by hatred. But again, see, I can already see it. We're already down protection. And we're still getting nailed over and over with Scion. Not that I'm worried about Scion. He's not going to die because he's got held by hatred up. But and one more big AoE from Scion. We might actually kill Mon Mothma. So let's see if we can get back protection on Nihilus. Probably too little too late. A 52. I'll take that. Alright. For us, we will use our own Mon Mothma against this Tarkin squad. And hopefully be able to get a 54 off of it. They've got both the pre-taunt, and then they have, you know, the after the fact taunt with Royal Guard. But I think I have enough that I should just be able to go through them fairly quickly, fairly easily. Yeah, so there goes him. They're not even going to get a turn. Just shore left to go. Alright, with what I have left here, of these three teams, I think the Jawas are the scariest because of the potential for them to get detonators on them. So I'm going to solo that with Wampa, I think. And that way I'm not taking too many turns, but I still have plenty to be able to get them down. And then, let's see, that's Engineer. That's who I want to kill first. And, yeah, so no problem. And then Nest for these Ewoks. I got my Nest to Relic 3. So maybe eventually she'll be able to taking out stuff other than Ewoks. But for now, let's go ahead and put her on auto and fast forward this. Alright, so a good score there. We're left with just their Phoenix. You know, I think I'm just going to go Bosk with Rex. It's an unusual pairing, but I got a taunt, and Rex can kill them all. And what if I lose? That would be hilarious here. What if I lose this? I don't think so. We'll go after Ezra and stun him, and then I think Rex will be able to get through them fairly simply. If nothing else, Bosk will just sit here and Rex will execute them one by one. So there goes. Oh, he dodged. Are you kidding me? Whoa, what if I lost this? This would be wild. I don't think we will, but I was not expecting to miss or execute. It's fine. Bosk will just keep getting his health back. Eventually, he might even get his contract. It would take forever, and this will go on way too long. But there we go. Now that we have gotten rid of Ezra, there's no more possibility of them doing any bad damage. But I was really expecting Bosk to be able to get his protection back as well as his health, and that's not happening. So I went in light and I'm still only going to get a 53. So that is sad. Oh no, they gave me the 54. Okay. All right, so I dropped a lot of banners on his Darth Revan and on his Radis. So only a 29.90. Like I said, my opponent likes to wait till the very last second, and so he's got 3 hours left. I'll be back in 3 hours and I'll let you know how it turns out. All right, we're back. The round is over and we did pick up the win. Let me show you what my opponent was able to do against my defense. So he started down here on the bottom and he did use his array to clear my Jedi Master Luke, but he only got a 47 or 48 on it. Not very good banners. And then he proceeded to one-shot the rest of this zone. Then after finishing up in the front zone, he also cleared out the back, but it took him a couple battles to get through my Grievous and a couple battles to get through my Dooku with Asajj and Zombie. He was able to one-shot all the rest for pretty efficient banners. But my plan worked. He used his Galactic Legend to get through my Luke, and he didn't have a team that could beat my Darth Revan squad. So he got stuck on Revan. He also took one try against my BAM team, didn't do much of anything to them, and gave up at that point. So I was able to prevent the full clear. So that's it for this round, 29.90 to 22.74. I want to thank Ro Maestro for the match. Thank you for setting a defense and participating. I really appreciated that he kept on attacking even after he had lost a battle and knew he couldn't win. So many of my opponents stop once they've lost one battle and realize it's out of reach. So good on you to continue with the battle. I appreciate it. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you again in next round.